heavyweight division, Josh Copeland versus Steve Aurelius.
The two things that jump out here is the 14-pound weight advantage for Copeland. He wants to get inside and use that weight to push his opponent around. However, Aurelius has that 5-inch reach. He can utilize that to stay outside, and he has to make Copeland pay every time he tries to get close.
Born and raised in France, now based in Miami, Florida, Steve Aurelius enters 1-0 in BKFC, a phenomenal pro boxing career, which saw him win the WBA Cruiserweight Interim World title. Aurelius 21-5-1 in that pro boxing career, 12 of those 21 wins by way of knockout. Aurelius, very, very relaxed, extremely jovial in our fighter meeting. He said in my BKFC debut, June of 2021, that split decision win versus Juan Torres, he said, I treated it like a street fight. I was mad, I was aggressive. Aurelius said, that's not me. He said, now I want to be elegant. I want to showcase the noble art. I want to go back to what made me a world champion in boxing. Movement, footwork, elusiveness, and very slick boxing.
And the way he said that, he said in French it's called no blah, and that means, like you said, not being brutal, being technical, being slick. He wants to go out there, he wants to make sure when his opponent presses in, he rocks back, fires back. He wants to be slick out there. He wants to make sure he's doing everything he has to do by using that skills to go out there and get the victory.
Josh Copeland, set for fight number 3 in BKFC. He's a veteran of 26 pro MMA bouts, which includes 2 in the UFC, 6 in PFL. Copeland told us in our fighter meeting, through 2 fights in bare knuckle fighting championship, I now have the confidence that I will not hurt my hands. I know the targets to select. I can unload with full power. I also want to use excellent head movement. I want to be patient, but then when I see the openings, I want to explode in with my power punches.
Well, I love what he said. He said he has to stay outside that lead hand and then throw that straight right. So those who've been watching, doing all the things he has to do, doing the film, doing the work to understand his opponent's weakness, and he wants to capitalize on that. Stay outside, throw that straight right hand.
Copeland said of his opponent in this heavyweight co-main event, Steve Aurelius, he's very smart, he's clever, he'll set traps. When he set traps, I can't wait, I have to fire right back.
Absolutely, feels like he's much faster now. Can move more like a boxer. Last time he had to gain weight, this time he lost weight. Feels like he's at a much more comfortable way to come out there and move like a boxer, but get inside and brawl.
We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing you first. Fighting out the red corner. Tonight he wears black and pink. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 238.4 pounds. He holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. He is a former pro boxing cruiserweight world champion, fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Paris, France. Here is Steve Aurelius, 305. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 252.3 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, here is Josh Copeland. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Steve Aurelius, one of 7 former major organization boxing world champions to have appeared in the BKFC ring, told us, I have to stay on the outside. I cannot get stuck against the ropes. Round number 1 underway. Black and white trunks for Josh Copeland. Pink and blue trunks for the Frenchman, Steve Aurelius. Aurelius so active with that lead hand. Just in the stances, the footwork, you can tell that Copeland comes from pro MMA, Aurelius comes from pro boxing, both at a very high level.
And you can see Copeland trying to get outside that lead hand just like he did right there and throw that right hand.
This is exactly now where Josh Copeland wants to be. An active clinch. Separation from Andrew Glenn, right back to it on the call of knuckle up.
He got where he wanted to be, but you have to be active in there, Sean.
There's the jab. See the head movement, shoulder rolls. Total activity from Aurelius. Coming to the inside and negated by Josh Copeland on the overhook.
Right, step back, guys, step back.
Copeland very clear-eyed in his assessment of Steve Aurelius. He knew that he could not stand and trade on the outside. He has to come to the inside. That's where the slip by Andrew Glenn. And the same clear-eyed approach for Steve Aurelius. He said, I have to use my boxing. I know that Josh Copeland is an outstanding MMA fighter, and he wants to use that MMA style just like this as Copeland is doing now on the inside.
And I want to see Copeland, instead of throwing that right hand when they're coming together like that, throw it to the body, because Aurelius just ducks under. You're not going to hit him. He's too slick.
See the playfulness of Aurelius. Hands low, chin out. That's not taunting. That's strategic, trying to get Copeland to come in and move and counter. All of the power, these are 2 really intelligent fighters. Closing seconds, round number 1. Long jab from Josh Copeland. This is with the right hand. Second right hand. Down goes Steve Aurelius.
Just a little right hand right there. Knocked him off balance. Aurelius is not hurt right now.
Hey, step over here. You see your hand. You good?
That ends round number 1.
Definitely good enough to win that round in for Copeland right there, 10-8.
Good job. You won that round. Nice and easy. Give me a sip.
Just touch him. Stop trying to land anything hard. Just touch. But let your fucking hands go. You gotta punch. Here, drink some water. You gotta punch. You're not punching with him. You're sitting there like this and waiting and waiting and waiting. Let your hands go. Just flick the jab. Remember the gym, flick, flick.
Good advice for Perez, throwing some punches, not being active enough. Just a little left hand that landed. I don't know if he's thinking he stepped on his foot or what. Miss. Kind of touched him right there, knocked him off balance. Just, I mean, it was the punch looked like it did the damage right there. It wasn't a shot that really hurt.
Here we go, gentlemen. Total line.
Steve, but it just did enough to knock him down.
My piece. All right, my piece. All right.
Round number 2.
Let's see if Aurelius is a little bit more active here, throwing more punches. He's got to throw punches to win this fight, Sean.
Perez making that case. The chief second of Steve Aurelius on the stool between rounds 1 and 2. To the clinch.
Hey, step back, Jim. Step back, step back.
Inactive clinch is determined by Andrew Glenn. That's the break, right back to it. Aurelius. See the active lead hands, opening his guard again. He's trying to get Copeland to step in and counter. From the southpaw stance. Stepping left hand. Into the clinch. Underhook. Snatched by Steve Aurelius. Copeland driving pressure with the front shoulder.
Don't wrestle, guys. Here we go. Now come up.
60 seconds remaining, round number 2 of our co-main.
Look at that right there. You can just see the confidence right now from Aurelius. You just got to be more offensive.
These are 2 extremely nice people. That's not taunting. Aurelius is just having fun. He's being playful, but he's also strategically trying to beat in Copeland.
Watch the headlock. Watch the headlock. You good? Now come up.
35 seconds remaining, round number 2. Copeland, very wide stance. Sticking out his chin to the inside comes Josh Copeland with the right hand. Copeland more right hands. Short right hands on the counter from Aurelius.
Step back, gentlemen, step back.
Separation again from Andrei, keeping this heavyweight fight moving. Aurelius just looked down at his finger. Again, you see, trying to get Copeland to come in, but come in on his terms. Copeland comes in, but on his own terms. Right hand, the bell. We move to round 3.
And I like the way Willis is sitting there with his hands down right now, but even when that punch comes in, his hands didn't need to be up because his head movement is so good. His eyes saw that punch coming, and it moved just out of the way.
You're doing fine. Now let's close the distance a little bit before we throw that left hand, okay? Little slide forward. You're doing amazing. You want that round 2? You're doing amazing.
We don't follow his lead. If he wants to play his head movement back and forth, you get in, then you get out. Take your angles.
Step back and let him come in. No need to go forward if you don't have to. Okay?
But you gotta throw punches. You're losing rounds because you're not busy. Here. You're doing good, but you're losing the round because you're not busy, all right? You gotta get busy, Steve, okay?
Once again, good advice by Perez right there. He's saying you're not throwing enough punches. You have to be active. Just because you avoid a punch doesn't mean you score points. You have to land shots to win this fight.
All right, here we go. Round 3, guys. Round 3.
Both fighters towing the line. Up to scratch. Round number 3. Chris, as we've talked about the contrasting styles, Copeland for pro MMA, Aurelius for pro boxing. Think about the mental clock. Copeland largely is thinking about the 3-round fights. Aurelius got to a stage in his career as a WBA Cruiserweight World Champion. Saw 10 and 12-round fights. But in a 5-round fight, you cannot take off rounds, and that's what Ryan Perez is trying to relate to Steve Aurelius when he's still between rounds 2 and 3.
It's called being a slow start. A lot of fighters, they give away the first 2 rounds. They don't even care, and then you can pick it up rounds 3, 4, 5. You don't have that time to do that in this fight. You have to be in there fighting the entire time.
Step back, gentlemen, step back. No wrestling, guys. Here we go. Knuckle up.
No wrestling. Look at that from Andrei.
Hands behind his back from Aurelius. And he paid the price for it.
Copeland with the step-in jab. Heavy pressure to the inside. See the head position of Josh Copeland. That's subtle and that's really smart and effective. It's under the chin, grinding, and it's legal. It's not a headbutt.
It really takes it out of you if you're the guy with your back against the ropes and getting your head pushed around. And right now, I'd like to see Copeland with that body. There it was. Exactly what he needs to do. He's going to miss if he throws it that. He knows to throw the body every time.
Cute on a step-in left hand from Josh Copeland.
Every time.
They're still playing. Big left hand, knockdown number 2. Up at 9.
That's it.
The fight is over. The protestation from Steve Aurelius and a huge win for Josh Copeland.
And I don't think Aurelius like that, but he waited. He played with that too much. You can't sit there and wait till he says 9 and jump up. You don't know what they're going to do. Get up at 8.
Hey, Don. So this guy, when he stood up, he's like this.
No, that was the right thing.
Good? Okay.
And I hear the referee explaining that he was not behaving the way he wanted for him to act when he wanted to continue this fight. Put your hands down. You got to be careful doing all. It takes a quick punch. There it was right there. Just a nice little shot. And you can't do that against a guy of that weight and that strength. Copeland is a big, powerful, strong guy. It just takes a jab. It knocked him off balance. Another punch or 2, and Aurelius is down.
Aurelius was trying to gain the count. Watch Andrew Glenn.
He said 8, he said 9, and then he jumps up.
Andrew Glenn did not like that. He wanted him up at 9.
Well, not only that, but like
up at 10.
sometimes when you just get up, you're not quite there. He should have got up at like 7 or 8 just to see, okay, now my legs are underneath you. When you get up and they say 9, you never know.
TKO, not a KO. He beat the count, but he was.
Andrew Glenn is talking in the ring to the Colorado Commission, saying the TKO. He's acknowledging Steve Aurelius beat the count.
He did.
That Glenn did not count to 10, but Andrew Glenn saying he did not like the stance. The eyes of Steve Aurelius up at 9 3/4. That is why Andrew Glenn stopped the fight.
Round number 3. 143 of round number 3.
I mean, look, these guys right here, no animosity, good sportsmanship at the end.
Can't forget that. Can't forget that.
I believe Josh Copeland and Steve Aurelius are incapable of disliking their opponents or anyone else. Really genuinely nice, jovial people. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 43 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by TKO, Josh Cuddly Bear Copeland.
And Sean, listen to this crowd for Copeland. They really love what he's doing out here.
All right. Congratulations, Josh. What a performance here in Denver. You got to be feeling amazing right now, beating a former WBA world champion. That's a big notch on your belt, my friend.
Hey, yes it is. I give all the glory to God. He's the reason I'm still here today, so love you, Denver.
2 big wins in the BKFC. When you look at the landscape of the heavyweight division, there's a lot of things that are in flux. Nobody knows what's going to happen with our heavyweight championship. I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on things. Where do you feel like you fit in the landscape there?
I don't really watch very much, but I do enjoy what I do see. So, hey, I just love competing. I'm thankful to be here, and yeah, praise God.
Just keep smiling, Josh. We appreciate you. One more time for the Cuddly Bear, Josh Copeland.
Great job for Copeland right there, Sean. He's just put himself in a very good position in the heavyweight division.
During that interview by Cyrus Fees of Josh Copeland, referee Andrew Glenn came over to our commentary position and said Aurelius was wobbling. Steve Aurelius invited Copeland to come in. The left hand on the jab, left hand, the right hand misses, but the left hand finishes this fight. The winner by way of 3rd round TKO, Josh Copeland defeats Steve Aurelius.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Saturday, June 21st, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship invades Texas for the first time with a fight that can only be settled by bloodshed. It's Tony Loco Soto versus Ben BONNER for the interim lightweight championship. In the co-main event, the legendary Andrei Arlovski steps into bare knuckle combat for the first time, facing the heavyweight power of Josh Copeland. Also featuring the high-impact arrivals of Jessica Evil Eye and KENZIE Morrison. Watch it live only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
In the lightweight division, Tony Soto versus Tyler Goodjohn.
And Sean here, very strange. Both guys the exact same height. However, Tony Soto has a 4-inch reach advantage. That means Tyler Goodjohn needs to get inside, wants to do what he has to do to throw those punches and stuff to Tony Loco to keep him long and make him pay each time Tyler Goodjohn steps close.
Englishman now based in Florida, Tyler Goodjohn. This is bout number 4 promotionally in BKFC for Goodjohn. Bout number 7 overall for Tyler Goodjohn in the sport of bare knuckle fighting. Before coming to bare knuckle, Tyler Goodjohn, a very good boxer in his native England, compiling a 13-5 pro boxing record. In our fighter meeting, Tyler Goodjohn cited that pro boxing career. He said, in bare knuckle, I've fallen into the trap of wanting to be an entertainer. He said, I have to get back to my boxing base, back to my boxing fundamentals, and then I think I will reach my pinnacle. I will reach my possible achievements of being a world champion in the sport of BKFC.
You talked about his fundamentals. That's footwork, head movement, cleaner boxing, being patient. That's what he wants to do in this fight. He knows he can't get into a dog fight. That's not his goal. He wants to be patient and be clean. This is his first real camp he's been able to really establish here in the States, Sean.
We've talked about throughout our broadcast tonight, there was low-level animosity between these two fighters. It became very physical, extremely heated at last night's weigh-ins. And now this is very personal. There is genuine heat, genuine animosity between Tyler Goodjohn and Tony Soto. With that stated, Goodjohn said, I can't rush in recklessly. I have to utilize my long jab. I'm confident with my cardio, but I'm also ready for a rugged fight. Tony Soto, 4-0 in BKFC, 2-0 in his pro boxing career. Soto said he is by far the calmest of his career entering this fight because he has been properly able to study Tyler Goodjohn. Soto said, I understand what Goodjohn wants to do. I've broken down his strengths. I've broken down his weaknesses. Soto said, I believe my opponent, Tyler Goodjohn, will keep walking forward. But Soto said, I believe that Goodjohn will freeze up once he's hit hard coming forward, and then I can open up with straights, with counters, and land my right hand.
Well, he feels like the reason for that is he is a bigger, stronger fighter in this situation. When he hits his opponent, he will freeze him. Said he wants to test his opponent's body, which is a great idea because with that great head movement of Goodjohn, you go to the body where he can't duck out and get out of the way.
Soto said, if Goodjohn applies pressure, I will meet that with more pressure. Soto said, I know I have skill, but I also have a mindset where I'm willing to take a punch to give a punch.
I love something he said. He said he has to set more traps out there. That shows he's thinking, he has a strategy, he wants to go out there, set traps. That's how he's going to hurt his opponent.
To get our main event started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Sanctioned by the South Carolina Athletic Commission, Chairman Edwin Estridge. Commissioners in attendance, Dr. John Lucas, Dr. Paul Kennemore, Dr. Derek Messer. The 3 judges scoring our main event, Troyce Stamey, Inkem Udega, and Barry Lindenman. And the 3rd man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Andrew Glenn. And now, with our bare knuckle fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app for the 2nd time in South Carolina history, from the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, fight fans of Greenville, it's time to knuckle Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 155.8 pounds. His impressive bare knuckle record stands at 4 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Ely, Cambridgeshire, England. Here is the hard-punching, exciting Good John. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting on the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 155.9 pounds. He is undefeated inside the squared circle at 4-0. Fighting out of Hickory, North Carolina, by way of Brooklyn, New York. Here is the undefeated Tony Loco Soto.
Tyler Goodjohn said, I believe Tony Soto is overconfident, and I know he's never fought anyone at my level. Round number 1. Black and yellow trunks for Tony Soto. Black and gold trunks for Tyler Goodjohn. A rule to slip immediately by referee Andrew Glenn. Soto exploding back to his feet. Stiff jab from Goodjohn. On the duck under into the clinch. Half-time pump snatched by Tony Soto. On the overhand right, left hand. Left hand on the inside. Goodjohn is cut. You see the smear of blood on his face. Goodjohn coming forward. Soto failing with the right hand. Bouncing the step of Soto. Bouncing the step of Goodjohn coming forward off the jab.
Unfortunately, that's been a theme lately for Tyler Goodjohn. Just getting hit once and starting to leak blood.
Stiff jab. Left hook, right hand. Double jab right back from Soto. That was slick, now circling out. Now to the body on the inside. Slick entry from Goodjohn. Soto off the jab. The fighters continual movement. Hook on the turn. And across the face of the Englishman, Tyler Goodjohn. Goodjohn on the entry, counter left hook, right hand, left hook. Straight 1-2. Big shots, half-time pump, downward right hand now from Tony Soto. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our main event. Heavy feints from Goodjohn. Soto on the duck under, resetting. In the center circle. A tight striking guard for Goodjohn, looking for the entry. Right hand. Left hook now from Goodjohn.
Man, Goodjohn is bleeding bad right now. He might feel a sense of urgency.
And the left hook, shovel uppercut. Right hand on the entry from Goodjohn. Right hand again, counter left hook. To the body goes Goodjohn, to the bell. That ends round number 1.
And Sean, I hope they can get that cut stopped, or looks like more than one cut for Tyler Goodjohn stop.
The head movement is good, but when you finish the head movement, swing and then
Like it was one of those little punches right there. It didn't look like it was too much, but bone on bone, that's gonna happen.
Primary cut inside of Goodjohn's right brow. Medical timeout called by referee Andrew Glenn. The assessment of those 2 cuts. Thumbs up from Andrew Glenn. Big ovation from the Springville, South Carolina crowd as round number 2 now underway.
It looks like he has 2 cuts, one over each eye. He's got to be careful coming in with those hands right there.
So bouncing from the outside. Goodjohn bouncing to the inside. Both fighters phenomenal hand speed, footwork. Good hook, left hook right back. Just off the mark from Goodjohn. Soto to the body, Goodjohn to the body. Counter on the left hand, fast hands on that exchange from Soto. To the clinch, Goodjohn with his back against the ropes. Separation order received by referee Andrew Glenn.
If I'm in Soto's corner, I'm telling him just land punches, just touch him. You don't have to worry about how hard though. You're cutting this guy open.
Goodjohn stepping a naked right hand. Resetting in the center circle. 1:15 remaining, round number 2. 2-3 thrown by Soto. You see the creativity. Both fighters, good right hand from Goodjohn. Heavy in the clinch. The hook from Soto. That draws the break. Right back to it from Andrew Glenn. Back to it from Tony Soto. Goodjohn now coming forward. John on the walk down, pressure, counter, left hand. Left hand, right hand by Good John. Good John, big right hand on the step in, left hook right back. Soto now Good John to the body on the double overs.
And I think what Soto's doing very well, he's trying to get off first, he's trying to land first against his opponent. Anything he can do to cut open, make those cuts a little bit worse.
Soto jab to the body. Get 2 cuts on the face of Tyler Goodjohn. Inside of his right brow, inside of his left brow. Around the inside of his right brow, more severe, at least was more severe as we started round number 2. So pulling back the hook, double jab. Goodjohn walking forward. Good left hand, right hand. And a tight striking guard for Tyler Goodjohn into the clinch. Goodjohn to the body. Underhook again, snatched by Soto, draws the break. The restart from Andrew Glenn. That ends round number 2.
Once again, the biggest fear for me is these cuts. I hope they don't stop. If they can continue to stop the bleeding.
His conditioning just went out the window.
He's back.
He has no more gas, but you need to pop more than 1 punch. 3 punches.
3 punches.
Hey, look at him.
3 punches.
You listen. You look at him. You listen. Right? Calm down. Breathe. Slow down your heart rate. You're used to this. There's nothing going on over here. All right.
He's good.
Now look.
All time. All time. All time. All time.
Now
All
this
time.
is 3 punch combo. 3
Here's some of the inside work being done. Good body work being done right there by Goodjohn. Good uppercuts being thrown by Soto. Both guys doing good things in that clinch. And here's just all the punches that is being thrown. Soto doing what he can to land punches against his opponent. You've already got him cut open. Finish the fight.
You saw the dominant, undefeated, double BKFC world champion, Luis Palomino in the corner of his former opponent. Now teammate and friend Tyler Goodjohn, round number 3. Goodjohn coming forward off the right hand, right to the body. Double 2s right back from Soto. Despite all the animosity, genuine respect between these 2 fighters for their respective skill sets. Body to the head. John turning up the temperature ever so slightly here in round number 3.
Well, this is what he said he wanted. Keep his opponent fighting longer, get him in the later rounds. That's where he's going to step up.
Body, high tight striking guard for Soto. Soto looking to counter. Goodjohn pressing forward. Offensive overhook snatched by Soto. Goodjohn on the dirty boxing, left hand, right hand. Separation now from Soto. Soto to the body. Jab to the sternum. And the uppercut. Real creativity again you're seeing from Soto as you're seeing from Goodjohn. Creativity with skill.
Goodjohn talked about being able to counter, make his opponent pay, but I think he does better when he's getting off first, actually.
There's the creativity in the rear right uppercut from Tyler Goodjohn. Goodjohn to the body. And now the takedown.
You can see there from the punch, there's a lot more being thrown and landed by Soto.
Obviously illegal under this BKFC rule set. Time called by referee Andrew Glenn. It's not because of the takedown. This is a medical timeout. Thumbs up again from Andrew Glenn.
I'm liking they're letting this fight go on, Sean.
To use an English expression, Chris, Tyler Goodjohn couldn't be bothered by those cuts.
Couldn't be bothered, I love it.
Goodjohn coming forward, left hook from Soto. Soto on the feint. Goodjohn ducked under right hand, right to the body, left hook right back. Heavy into the clinch. Goodjohn with his back against the ropes, the separation. That ends round number 3.
And Sean, I don't know if I saw that properly, but it looked like one of those punches hurt Tony Soto. He did a great job, if it did, of clinching Tyler Goodjohn right there. He had a punch that looked like it hurt him. He grabbed. That was a very smart, intelligent move.
And you're backing the fuck up. Fight him, Tony Loco.
A couple deep breaths, brother. A couple deep breaths.
Hey, stop standing in front of him. Move your feet. Throw your straight, your jab, and your cross. You're throwing hooks, and you're winging it. You're trying to stand in front of him. We knew he wasn't going to stop, Tony. We knew he wasn't going to stop. Wait, listen, when you take his, when you grab it and you take his lunch money, move his feet first. Don't just let him touch it. Move, you're stronger.
And you know, when you throw that cross, step in and punch through his fucking face. And follow up with that.
And right here, a couple good punches being thrown by Good John. So good takedown by Tony Soto.
Here we go, round 4, gentlemen, round 4.
Here's a good deep punches right there. Looked like it buckled Tony Loco for a second.
Round number 4 underway.
Right.
By Soto with the body.
Don't punch it, don't punch it. Knuckle up.
Glenn did an outstanding job keeping this fight moving. That was obliging. See the skill set from both Soto and Good John. Hand speed, the creativity, the footwork. Now great body work by Good John.
Good job by Good John. Throwing the body right there, but Tony Loco does a great job of tying up when he's in trouble.
Soto on the left hand. Just a bolo punch. Big hook to the body. Counter left hook from Soto after Good John landed. Good John on the roll under. Exhale from Soto resetting. Right on the turn, almost a snap down from Tony Soto.
I think that's because of that right hand, the body, that Good John keeps landing.
Flurry by Good John to the head, then that left hook to the body, digging. More digging shots, right hand on the entry. Big shots, counter left hand from Soto, right hand right back from Good John.
Great action right there, Sean.
Good John left to the body. Left hand getting through from Soto. 45 seconds remaining, round 4. We thought this would be a great fight. This is a great fight. Right hand, counter right hand, right back. Big shots to the body from Good John. Soto with his back against the ropes, defensively snatching the half-time block.
Somebody's mouthpiece threw out, I saw, Sean.
It's the mouthpiece of Tony Soto.
You can see the deep breaths he's taking right now. Oh, nope.
Mouthpiece of Tyler Good John. Both Andrew Glenn and I thought it was Soto's mouthpiece. 5 seconds to go, round 4, right hand. And a jab into the clinch. That's a smart defensive clinch by Soto. That's the evolution of this modern revival of bare knuckle fighting. And we are through 4 rounds. Next up, the 5th and final round.
And Soto doing the right thing there. When he does get tired, he's clinching. Very smart fighting right there.
I'm losing. It's close. You're winning the fight, but it's close.
Win this round, but
What the judges are gonna say. Tony,
hold your fucking head up. King of the Carolina, king of the shit talk. Hold your fucking head up. Open your fucking eyes. Open them. You're in a fucking bare knuckle fight.
Take this fight from me.
Oh, that talking shit. Fucking fight here.
You win that fight. Take this fight.
You win this round. You win this fucking fight. Hey, I can't have you cover up on the ropes anymore.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready for the 5th and final round?
Sean, we got a very close fight here. This last round could definitely decide who wins this fight. I feel like Good John feels like he's coming on these last few rounds.
Both fighters certainly have to approach this 5th and final round like this is must win into the clinch.
Right. Step back.
Good John trying to throw combinations in there. Tony Loco doing a great job of tying up his opponent there.
The right uppercut from Soto did not land. Jab that landed from Soto. Good John again coming forward. On the right hand, that landed flush from the Englishman, Tyler Good John.
You can clearly see who the fresher fighter is at this point. It's definitely Tyler Good John.
Right. Step back. Don't punch him.
CL Strike Stance presented by Backed Up Energy Drink. From the restart, there's the jab right back, right hand. Good left hand now from Soto. Soto now to the body. Good John's back against the corner cushion. 65 seconds remaining, 5th and final round. Good John forward off the left hand, right back from Soto. Good John downward overhand right. To the body from Soto resetting. Good John forward from the center circle. Good John back to the body. Now to the head. Soto to the body. Half-time pump again from Tony Soto.
Step back, no punches, step back.
You can tell both guys really want to win this fight. They're just leaving it all out there, so both guys pushing back and forth action.
Soto on the jab, overhand right. Good right hand on the counter from Soto. Good John slipping. A roll under from Tyler Good John back into the clinch.
Knuckle up.
The quick Nice start from Andrew Glenn and a call of knuckle up with emphasis. Stretch drive now of our main event. 5th and final round. Getting into the clinch. Both fighters throwing. Left counter on the right hand. Good job landing with his back against the ropes. Hard re-entry from Soto. Heavy pressure in the clinch on the turn. Both fighters will look for one more significant shot. There is the bell. That is the end of an outstanding main event.
Man, that is going to be tough to call. Soto looked exhausted right there, but did a great job of sucking it up and really leaving it all out there. I thought he might have faded at the end, but I think he did a great job of coming back and really doing good down that stretch, Sean.
Make no mistake, these are two of the best fighters on the entire BKFC roster. And I say that regardless of the outcome of this main event.
And I was really impressed too with Goodjohn taking two cuts in the very first round, and then he did much better after that. He's still bouncing around right now, but did a great job of correcting those mistakes. He was taking too many shots. He's keeping those hands nice and tight, nice and close, but he was trying to block too many punches like that. That's tough to do. Get back to the head movement. That's when we start doing that. He did much better. Didn't get cut anymore. I was definitely worried they were going to stop the fight. You get cut open like that in the first round, it's difficult to go 4 more.
Those downward cuts, Goodjohn's face, inside of his right brow, inside of his left brow, both opened in round number 1. The more severe of the two, at least initially, is the one on the inside of his right brow. Double champ Luis Palomino now coming to our commentary position. He feels that his teammate and good friend Tyler Goodjohn has done enough to claim victory. We shall see. And our judges tonight assigned by the South Carolina Athletic Commission.
You gotta like seeing that in there right now, Sean. Sometimes after the fight, it's not over. This time definitely as these both guys respect each other. The fight's over. They don't worry about it anymore. Whatever problems they had, that's been solved.
David Feldman, founder and the CEO of BKFC, on the ring apron.
Both guys confident, Sean. Somebody's going to be upset.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for one of the greatest main events in BKFC history. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at Kate ringside are all in agreement at 48-47 to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Tony Loco Soto.
Fantastic performance for both fighters right there. Tony Loco continues to roll undefeated, 5-0 right now. He just keeps going, calling for the title fight. Great job, both guys. Tony Soto got the win though, Sean.
The 3 South Carolina judges seeing it the same. 3 rounds to 2, 48-47 in favor of Tony Soto. That was a phenomenal main event contested by 2 truly phenomenal fighters. The winner by way of unanimous decision, and now 5-0 in BKFC, Tony Soto defeats Tyler Goodjohn.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Saturday, June 21st, the world's most exciting combat sport, bare Knuckle Fighting Championship invades Texas for the first time with a fight that can only be settled by bloodshed. It's Tony Loco Soto versus Ben Bonner for the interim lightweight championship. In the co-main event, the legendary Andrei Arlovski steps into bare-knuckle combat for the first time, facing the heavyweight power of Josh Copeland. Also featuring the high-impact arrivals of Jessica Evil Eye and KENZIE Morrison. Watch it live only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Feature fight time. In the lightweight division, Lewis Keane versus Ben Bonner. Our tale of the tape is presented by Forged Irish Stout.
And Sean here, a strange one with Bonner having a 1-inch height advantage, but Keane with a 5-inch reach advantage he wants to utilize.
This is fight number 4 in BKFC for Ben Bonner. Of his 2 wins in BKFC, the most recent victory occurring April of this year when Bonner defeated Ray Putterall by way of first-round KO. In addition to 3 previous bouts in BKFC, Bonner has had 22 bouts in amateur boxing.
And Sean, these are the fights I was really looking forward to. These guys, a lot of BKFC experience, a lot of success. Title fight implications. These 2 are some of the best guys we have at the 155-pound weight class. And these guys want to show why they deserve to get that title.
Lewis Keane, 2-0 in BKFC, 3-0 overall in the sport of bare knuckle for Keane. Keane's most recent victory in bare knuckle fighting championship, July of last year. Lewis Keane defeated Zdeněk Krnica by way of 3rd round KO.
Undefeated in the squared circle. Understanding bare knuckle, this is his 4th fight. Once again, these 2 guys definitely have the title in their sights. They want to go out there and prove tonight why they deserve to be the one to get it.
Credit to the heads of BKFC United Kingdom, Andrew Bakewell, Mark Ramsden, an outstanding event, phenomenal matchmaking. This definitely intriguing, our feature fight at 155 pounds. 2 Englishmen, Ben Bonner from Middlesbrough, Lewis Keane from here in Newcastle. Conor McGregor, traveling from his home in the Republic of Ireland to here in the north of England for tonight's BKFC 68.
Conor, always entertaining. He loves this sport. He understands this is the most exciting sport in the world and loving to showcase it.
Here is Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your next bout. 5 2-minute rounds in the BKFC lightweight division. This bout brought to you by Forged Irish Stout, the world's creamiest stout. Introducing first, the fighter on my right, fighting in the red and white trunks. He stands 5'10" inches tall, weighing in at 154.4 pounds. His record, 2 wins and 1 defeat. Fighting out of Middlesbrough, England, I give you the Borough Bomber, Ben Bonner. And now his opponent, standing across the ring and fighting in the red and black. He stands 5'9" tall, weighing in at 153.6 pounds. His record, undefeated, 3 wins and 0 defeats. Fighting out of Newcastle, England, I give you Lewis the Machine King. Your referee when the action begins, Chris Batcheldor.
Round number 1. Red and black trunks for Lewis Keane. Red and white trunks for Ben Bonner. A tight striking guard for Bonner, lowering his stance. Much more of an upright stance for Lewis Keane, much more of an open striking guard for Keane. Left hand over hand right, just off the mark from Keane. Right hand nearly an illegal back fist from Bonner, and we fight on. I don't believe that was the intent of Bonner, more of a flail. Double on the jab, right hook from Keane. Bonner resetting both men in the center circle.
Definitely contrast in the styles of fighting. Bonner, much more traditional, trying to get inside that head movement.
Left hand heavy on the neck. Bit of a squeeze with the guillotine. Right back to it on the separation. Keane again to the inside. Now Bonner to the body, Keane to the head. With fighters heavy on the clinch, there's the separation from Chris Batcheldor.
And I like in the clinch, they're both throwing hard.
These are 2 very talented fighters. These are 2 really fast 155ers. Overhand right, Bonner circles out, resets. Hard left hand from Keane. Bonner keeping that very high, tight striking guard on his entries, ducking his head. Keane by design, keeping that much looser, more open striking guard. Bonner coming forward. It's in the step of Lewis Keane. 25 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our feature fight. Big right hand, and that drops Lewis Keane. Just like that, a lightning strike win. Victory for Ben Bonner.
Man, nobody saw it coming like that, especially not Keane. That came out of nowhere. Wow. And Keane just did not see that punch, and it's always the one you don't see that does the damage. If you have time to brace, if you see it coming, you can roll with the punch. Keane did not see that in any way. And that was a one-punch knockout for you.
Let the celebration begin with Conor McGregor and his forged Irish Stout. Cheers from McGregor to the victor, Ben Bonner. Bonner now 3-1 in BKFC. And that is a candidate for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship Knockout of the Year in 2024.
Just the way it came about, it was out of nowhere. It just came with the right hand that landed clean.
Chris, we talked about, prior to that knockout, the outstanding speed at 155 pounds of both Ben Bonner and Lewis Keane. Speed translated to power, translated to the one-punch knockout win for Ben Bonner with that ferocious right hand.
It translated into the shot that his opponent didn't see. Just came in, he's still probably saying, what happened? What did I get hit with? You get hit with the right hand.
Obvious disappointment for Lewis Keane. Take nothing away from him. He is a very talented fighter. Full credit to Ben Bonner, the patience, the explosion, and the one-punch knockout win. The power in the right hand, the one-punch knockout win for Ben Bonner. Obviously outstanding to see Lewis Keane standing in his corner. He's certainly disappointed, but no answer for that huge power right hand of Ben Bonner in victory. Here's Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is in 1 minute 44 seconds into round number 1. Your winner by way of knockout, the Pearl Bomber, Ben Bonner.
And a huge win for Bonner. Just put an exclamation point on that victory with that beautiful knockout.
The celebration with Conor McGregor, and indeed Conor McGregor's forged Irish stout for Ben Bonner. The fight of his life, the win of his life, and certainly the knockout of his life for Ben Bonner. The winner by way of first round KO, Ben Bonner defeats Louis King.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Saturday, June 21st, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship invades Texas for the first time with a fight that can only be settled by bloodshed.
It's Tony Loco Soto versus Ben Bonner for the interim lightweight championship.
In the co-main event, the legendary Andrei Arlovski steps into bare knuckle combat for the first time, facing the heavyweight power of Josh Copeland. Also featuring the high-impact arrivals of Jessica Evil Eye and KENZIE Morrison. Watch it live only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Texas, the Lone Star State, welcome to Cowtown. We're in Fort Worth, known for the stockyards, the cattle drive, and that damned old rodeo. Tonight, it's something new. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship at the incredible Dickies Arena. And we open up the shoots with our preview. It is 3 fights completely on the free, just for you to get you hyped up. And in those 3 fights, how about PBR superstar Cameron DELANO making his debut tonight against Jesse DeRosier. In tonight's co-main event, a BKFC debut for a combat sports legend. Andrei the Pitbull Arlovski has been a terror in the fight game since 1999. But even a UFC heavyweight championship does not guarantee victory here. He's got the hard-hitting, hard-headed, cuddly bear Josh Copeland, who can take just as much damage as he can deal out. That's a lot. In the main event, USA battling the UK with the ultimate prize on the line, a showdown between #1 lightweight contender Tony Loco Soto and knockout artist Ben Bonner. Soto has shown us he can go through hell to get the victory with that 6-1 record and endless highlights. Bonner is 3-0. Every win's a showstopper. Short notice, yes, but unprepared, no. What a matchup for the main event. We are inside the Dickies Arena. Take a look at that screen, state of the art, and they are just getting in here. The line completely around the building. This place is gonna fill up tonight here in Fort Worth. And we are finally in Texas. My goodness, we are live on the home of boxing, the Zone. I'm Cyrus Speeds. I'll be guiding you the whole entire way. What a night it's going to be. And just getting to Texas was a journey, getting regulated in this incredible state that is known for combat sports. It was a journey, but it was worth it. And listen, 2025 has been one of those years where we are knocking down doors and opening up brand new territories, starting in January with Knucklemania 5 in our home, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where we broke a city record, 18,000 strong in the Wells Fargo Center. It was amazing, but to get it even hotter, we had to go to the Middle East, to the jewel of the Middle East, to Dubai. It was a 2-night event as we opened up Dubai, 4 titles on the line, endless highlights. It was an incredible night there in the UAE. And then we moved into Europe, into Italy for an incredible night. BKFC Italy was special, beginning to end. So many VIPs in the house, and the fights, you know, they delivered. Folks, it has been just one of those years, and we're so incredibly happy to be here. You can see the replays of all those events right here on your DAZN app. And if you want even more BKFC, which you do, you get the BKFC app on any of your app stores, $7.99 for the All Access Pass. Live monthly events are included in that $7.99, and you got the entire catalog. So you can just run that thing from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. So much bare knuckle action, exclusive behind the scenes, bare knuckle show with Brian Sosha. It's all there. Cancel anytime, $7.99 for that BKFC app. Woo! It's going to be a special one here in Texas. I'm all hyped up. And guys, we have fighters ready to make the walk. Let's go down to Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle. Can Tony Loco Soto give us another classic, this time in Texas?
Thank you very much, Cyrus Chris. Absolutely great to be in Texas. Our main event determines who becomes the BKFC interim 155-pound titleist, the American Tony Soto versus the Englishman Ben Bonner.
And Sean, we talk about it all the time. Styles make fights, matchups. It's everything we want to see. 2 different styles. Tony Soto loves to get inside, high volume, do lots of work, try and really dominate the pace. However, Bonner, very heavy-handed, believes in his one-punch knockout ability. Whoever can get in there, do their game plan, probably going to win this fight.
Tonight's fight odds are presented by BetOnline.
You have to love this card. Lots of good fights, money to be made. I'm going to go with a very slight underdog. Jess Guy done so well in her UFC career. Fought for that title at -102. You have to like that bet.
Blackout Coffee presents the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting, administered this evening by the outstanding Texas Commission. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. We open tonight with a fight in the light heavyweight division. James Gray versus Roderick Stewart. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And Roderick Stewart enjoying a 3-inch height advantage, but it's more that 5-inch reach advantage. He knows Gray wants to get inside, land those hard combinations. Stewart decides when and where the fight happens.
2 fights in BKFC for Roderick Stewart. His most recent bout occurred this past February when he defeated Bryant McLean by first-round TKO.
Just looked like a very good veteran in this fight. Calm, cool, collected, landed hard shots. Didn't take any unnecessary damage, waited for the right time. And just look at the way he pulled back, fired the right hand. Just looked like a veteran of 5 or 6 fights in only his second fight. Just getting better. Has complete belief he's going to come out tonight and do the same thing.
From Abilene, Texas, Roderick Stewart set for fight number 3 in BKFC, his 5th overall in the sport of bare knuckle. Roderick Stewart has also had 8 pro MMA bouts. You hear the pop in his home state of Texas for Roderick Stewart, who told us in our fighter meeting, I'm going to keep walking down my opponent, James Gray. Constant power punches, and Stewart was adamant, Chris. He said, I have to be first in every exchange.
It feels like he's just been sharpening his skills. He wants to come out early, see what his opponent's going to do. It doesn't matter what his opponent's going to do, though, because he feels like he's better at any range.
Of his opponent in this light heavyweight bout, James Gray, Roderick Stewart used the word crafty. He said he's crafty, he's experienced. I think that Gray is going to try to be methodical with the body jab. The only real chance that he has of beating me, Stewart said, is if I get complacent and he lands big. And Stewart said that absolutely will not happen. I will not be complacent. I will be aggressive.
Feels like he's bigger, he's stronger, wants to get into that clinch, push him around, bully him, beat him up. That's what he feels like his advantage is. He's stronger, he's smarter, has a better fight IQ.
Fighting here in his home city, Fort Worth, Texas, James Gray is now set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Gray has had 8 pro MMA bouts, 3 in pro boxing. He was a college football linebacker at Tarleton State University. Gray told us, I want to utilize my athleticism by keep moving in angles. I'm also going to have excellent defense, excellent head movement. I will always be elusive.
That was it. He has to be very hard to hit. Keep his hands up, move the head the entire time. When he gets offensive, just nice, easy basics. 1-2s, hooks, just stay basic.
Gray said of his opponent, Roderick Stewart, he definitely has big punching power, but he lacks head movement, and he is very hittable. I'm going to land big hooks in the mid-range. I will use feints to draw out Roderick Stewart.
Talking about head movement, he has to utilize that, but he also wants to keep the head off the center line. He knows his opponent can hit hard. Don't be there to get hit by those punches. Move off that center line. He really has to establish his jab early to make sure he can do so.
James Gray said, straight punches are my key to victory, and I cannot get stuck in the clinch against Roderick Stewart. To get us started, we send it into the ring with the outstanding ring announcer here in his home state of Texas, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and welcome one and all to the Dickies Arena here in Fort Worth, Texas! Ladies and gentlemen, you are all part of history in the making with the very first bare knuckle fighting event in the Lone Star State. Welcome to BKFC 76. BKFC for review begins tonight with 3 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears blue trimmed in yellow. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, an even 186 pounds. Tonight he steps into the squared circle, ready for bare knuckle fight number 4. Fighting out of Abilene, Texas, here is Roderick Icewater Stewart. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 184.8 pounds. He holds a combined combat sports record of 11 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Weatherford, Texas, here is James the Dog Gray. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Miragliotta.
Roderick Stewart already up to scratch. He was up to scratch as Jeff Houston announced James Gray. Now Gray up to scratch as well. The bell, round number 1. Black trunks for James Gray, blue trunks for Roderick Stewart. Gray on the outside looking for the body jab. There's the methodical pressure. Lead left hook, another left hook, right hand hard entry from Roderick Stewart. Back to the mid-range, to the body jab for James Gray. Scheduled for 3 rounds. Straight right hand. Overhand right, there's the 1-2 off the mark as Stewart was moving backwards. Now on his front foot, again the body jab from James Gray.
I am liking the head movement from Gray. He's moving very well so far.
Big wide swings to the inside from Stewart. Good reset from Gray back to the center circle. You see the feints from Gray, again the body jab. On the counter right hand, trying to snatch the half-tie blunt, Roderick Stewart with elusiveness from Gray. There's it to the clinch, and a short, sharp right hand from Gray. And separation from Dan Miragliotta.
I'm impressed with Gray so far, looking very smooth for his first bare knuckle fight. He's transitioned very well.
Close those fingers.
Dan Miragliotta telling James Gray, watch your fingers. You cannot legally extend your fingers towards the face of your opponent under these unified bare knuckle rules. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1. We're at 185 pounds. See them measuring from James Gray. Turnover left off the mark from Stewart. Stewart to the mid-range. There's the entry right hand off the mark from Gray, then the left. Good turn and angle positioning from Gray. Now Stewart with his back near the ropes.
Gray's doing a very good job of us getting off first. He's deciding when and when the fight happens.
2 off the mark, there's the pull to it. Another right hand coming forward as Roderick Stewart into the clinch. Inactive, good refereeing from Dan Miragliotta. Right back to it late here in round number 1. Scheduled for 3 rounds. There's the 10-second clap. And there's that naked overhand right. Looking for the entry is Roderick Stewart. Stewart trying to time that right hand. Trying to time the right hook there just before the bell. Then round number 1.
The thing I'm noticing, Sean, Stewart's being a little bit too telegraphic on his punches. He's showing exactly what he's going to do. Gray's very good head movement. He's staying out of the way.
You're backing up. Stay off the rope.
There's that nice clean right hand, the lead right thrown by Gray. Just, he saw something. Feels like he's quicker and he can land that right hand.
Go. 2 to the body. Upstairs to the left hook. I hadn't seen it yet. Okay? I'm trying to judge my range. Yes, but he's there to get hit. Okay. Stay in the middle and work around the circle. Stop backing up to the back. That's what gets you caught up. Just keep working around him.
Jab is there all day. Keep that forward pressure.
I like what the corner of Gray is saying, though. That right hand to the body, then the left hook. A great combination. I'll tell you, if you land that body punch, they don't even see the hook coming.
Round number 2. Straight jab thrown with power on the step in from Roderick Stewart to start the 2nd round. James Gray staying active with the body jab. There's the right hand, counter right hook. Stiff jab. One of the more significant punches landed. There's a significant left hand, now the right hand into the clinch.
Ready? Buckle up.
You see that jab that landed from Stewart. It caught the attention of his opponent. Gray doesn't seem to like it.
Gray on the duck under.
You gotta stay busy. You gotta strike. You gotta strike, guys. Stop hugging him, right?
Telling the fighters you have to strike. Stay busy in the clinch. Inactive. That was the reason for the separation from the always outstanding Dan Miragliotta. More big right hand. 360 turn from James Gray.
A little out of hand here.
Stewart stayed all over his opponent. He didn't let him get away. He stayed right next to him. If he can hit a punch, if he can land a shot that Gray's not going to see, he's going to put him down.
Close your fingers.
James Gray talked to us about up and down. Roderick Stewart with the active jab. He's been active. It's largely been down. Largely those great jabs to the Stewart body. 50 seconds remaining, round number 2 again. Scheduled for 3, and there is the knockdown.
3, 4. Trying to come inside with a punch was Gray. Got caught
7,
on the entry.
8, put your hands up.
Mandatory 8 given to James Gray by Dan Mergliano. We will continue.
Doesn't look like it hurt Gray, just caught him coming in.
Smear of blood across the bridge of James Gray's nose. Methodical from Stewart after the knockdown. You see the hand fighting on the inside. Ortho versus ortho to the inside. Underhook from Roderick Stewart, now the right hand. Short turnover right from Gray.
Separate, separate.
15 seconds remaining, round 2. See that smear of blood now across the face of James Gray. There's a big rear right hand. Hard step in, left hand from Roderick Stewart. Stewart, another right hand. On the overhook, the turn. Heavy on the overhook goes Roderick Stewart. And we are through 2 rounds.
Gray did a good job of tying his opponent up there because Roderick Stewart was landing some massive shots. A few more that probably could have been another knockdown. And there you see Stewart just staying all over his opponent, Gray. Staying in his face, not letting him get away. Gray wants to dictate when and where the fight happens. There's that knockdown. Came inside, landed a little right hand. Turned it over. Didn't land clean, but it still did enough to get the knockdown. And Stewart is really starting to find his range and not letting his opponent dictate when and where the fight happens.
Just like that. Okay? He's waiting too.
All 3 prelims. This opening bout of the evening most definitely included, as this is prelim number 1, scheduled for 3 rounds. So to the 3rd and final round we go. James Gray versus Roderick Stewart. Good sportsmanship, touch of hands up to scratch.
Let's see more action. Ready? Buckle up.
3rd and final round underway. Right back to the jab goes Roderick Stewart. On the 1-2, hard left hand from Stewart.
You'd like to see Stewart throw some uppercuts. His opponent doing a good job. Grant's very good head movement.
Gray looking for the lead uppercut. A bit audacious off the mark. Good pull back defensively from Stewart.
You have to think Gray has a sense of urgency. Has to be a knockdown in that last round.
Magnified, Chris, by the fact that this is a 3-round fight.
Definitely wants to get that knockdown back, coming in, throwing hard punches. Like the overhand right, follow that up with the left hook.
Right back to it from Mergliano. Big exhale from Roderick Stewart. There's the right hand, left hook from James Gray.
Just what the corner told him. Right hand of the body, left hook upstairs. See if he throws it again.
65 seconds remaining, 3rd and final round. Get heavy to the overhook goes Roderick Stewart. Deeper swelling now in James Gray's left eye. Right hand, there's a short right hand from Stewart.
Very good counter. Stewart just saw what was open, landed the right hand.
Overhand right from Roderick Stewart. See that deep cut now that is opened up in James Gray's left eyebrow. His left eye nearly swollen shut. 35 seconds remaining in this light heavyweight fight.
Those powerful right hands that Roderick Stewart is able to land, doing the damage over the left eye.
Double jab from Roderick Stewart, no real commitment. Just keeping James Gray on his back foot. There's a hard right hand with commitment. Another right hand, clever from Stewart. 15 seconds remaining in this fight. Jab to the body from Gray. Three again from Roderick Stewart.
8 seconds, buckle up.
Back foot of James Gray. That's where this fight ends. Front foot for Roderick Stewart, back foot for James Gray. And this light heavyweight bout, scheduled for 3 rounds, has come to a conclusion.
Go, baby. Go.
Good first fight for Sean. Both guys show some skill. I really was impressed early with Gray's ability to come and adapt to this sport. Had a lot of good head movement. Was trying to do exactly what he said, hit and don't get hit. But eventually Stewart was able to come in and land some hard shots. Really got his timing down. Excellent fight.
In our fighter meeting, Roderick Stewart used the word crafty to describe James Gray. I think that was apt. James Gray definitely looked crafty at moments. He threw the body jab. He had very clever, very intelligent, very educated movement and rhythm. But Roderick Stewart forced the pace, This was Stewart's third bout in BKFC, his 5th overall in the sport of bare knuckle. This was the first bout in any promotion in bare knuckle fighting for James Gray. Roderick Stewart put on the pressure, recorded that short right hand knockdown in round number 2, and largely dictated from the mid-range in the clinch.
And we talk about it all the time. Experience means everything in this sport. The way Roderick Stewart was able to just relax, wait for the right timing, pick his shots. He landed a couple nice hard shots against Gray. Putting Gray down, I think that could definitely be the difference in this fight.
James Gray showing his toughness, his left eye nearly swollen shut by the end of this 3-round light heavyweight fight. Off the canvas in round number 2. Now showing the sportsmanship, showing the respect to Roderick Stewart and his team.
We good, baby. We good. You can tell Stewart wanted to get the knockout, but just against a tough opponent, sometimes you can't get the knockout every time. It was one punch away, man, an uppercut here and there that works, but man, just a good first round, first bout.
We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Don Turnage, 30-26. Charles Weaver, 29-27. And Dylan Turner, 30-26. To the winner, by unanimous decision, Roderick Icewater Stewart!
Excellent fight for Stewart. Shows he's a veteran. He's been in there. He's getting better and better with each fight. When he gets a tough opponent, gave him some problems at the beginning, but he settled in and did a great job.
Roderick Stewart was definitely creative. He definitely showed skillful movement, but largely James Gray on his back foot, Roderick Stewart coming forward. Now Roderick Stewart, 2 straight wins in BKFC, 30-26, 29-27, 30-26. The winner by way of unanimous decision, Roderick Stewart defeats James Gray.
Saturday, July 12th, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns with another explosive night of action. In the main event, the unbeaten knockout artist Leonardo Perdomo goes toe-to-toe with the former champ Arnold Adams in a heavyweight clash. In the co-main event, an interim flyweight world champion will be crowned as fan favorite G the Cutman Perez battles the undefeated legend Andrew Strode. Watch all the savage action live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. That's bkfc.com. Friday, July 25th, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship comes back home to Philly with a wild night of bare knuckle brawls, passionate fans, and non-stop action. In the main event, combat sports vet Dustin the Disciple Peg fights the undefeated Ryan Peterson. The co-main event, straight savage female fisticuffs. Rosa Venom Rodriguez takes on Gabrielle Roman. Plus, don't miss the return of South Philly's favorite son, Johnny Cannoli. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. That's bkfc.com.
And we're live here at the Dickies Arena here in Fort Worth. BKFC 76 officially on the air and live here in Texas. Let's take a look. Our OnlyFans exclusive look. He is in our main event tonight. Tony Loco Soto. What a legend he has been in this division. Can he validate it with that championship belt? It's not going to be easy because that man coming in with some swagger all the way from the UK, Ben Bonner, a knockout artist. He has been a monster, 3-0, and took this opportunity on short notice. A monster opportunity here for Bonner tonight. BKFC 76 is brought to you by Bucked Up, OnlyFans, Rasha, the world's creamiest stout, forged Irish stout. And our betting partner, Bet Online. That is the rodeo right there at Billy Bob's there in the stockyards here in Fort Worth. And of course, Billy Bob's, the world's largest honky-tonk, side of our weigh-ins last night. And a venue that's hosted everybody from Post Malone to Merle Haggard. Movies like Over the Top, Necessary Roughness. Last night it was wild though. Man, it was a vibe in there. It was our weigh-ins, our face-offs. It got heated. Rodney Hinton, you're going to see him here in a few moments. He is an absolute savage. RUBEN WARR has got a fight on his hands. He's hyped. How about that main event face-off? Head-to-head, nose-to-nose. Soto and BONNER. And then it was MARIYA AGAPOVA and Just Guy sealed with a kiss. Oh, baby, Billy Bob's. What a night it was, but it's bigger and better. And now, let's go to your next fight and your next tale of the tape.
To the welterweight division, the numbers presented by Results Roofing for Jeremy Sauceda versus Israel Rodriguez.
Almost identical for the tail of the tape. Both guys 5'10", exact same fist size. Only 1 inch reach advantage for Rodriguez. Not very much for this weight class, Sean, even.
Israel Rodriguez now set for his BKFC debut. He has had 4 pro MMA bouts, 3 in pro boxing. In our fighter meeting, Israel Rodriguez said, I am, quote, a 100% aggressive fighter. He also said, I will quickly work to the pocket, hard jabs forward. And Chris, he was adamant in telling us, I will throw every single punch with power.
Well, he's a pressure fighter, Sean. Body shots, hooks, uppercuts. Doesn't really, I mean, his jab's going to be there, but he really wants to land those power shots. That's where he thinks he has his advantage on, more power.
Rodriguez also said, while I'm in the pocket, I will not be stationary. I will be throwing big, but I will be throwing from angles. My left hook is my key punch. If I move from the pocket to the clinch versus my opponent in this welterweight bout, Jeremy Sauceda, I will be extremely heavy, extremely physical in the clinch.
Well, when he gets in there, he wants to wear him down. Try him down, be heavy on the neck, push him around. Feels like he's definitely more of a physical fighter than his opponent, but he's also tougher and more technical.
Israel Rodriguez said, I expect Jeremy Sauceda to come forward. I will utilize an excellent stance, an excellent base to absorb and then repel his pressure.
Feels like he's going to utilize better angles than his opponent. That's going to be the difference.
4 fights in BKFC for Jeremy Sauceda. His most recent occurred January of this year when he defeated Luis Villaseñor by first-round KO.
That's a good victory. Coming in with hard shots, landing powerful shots. It feels like that's his advantage here. It feels like he can hit harder than his opponent. Really wants to get in and do some damage with hard shots.
This is fight number 5 in BKFC for Jeremy Sauceda. He's 1-0 in his pro boxing career. Sauceda had 20 amateur boxing bouts. Sauceda told us, I am really focused on my foot and my punch position and placement. I'm going to stay calm. I want to be aggressive, but never reckless.
Has to be elusive, evasive. He does want to be calm, but main thing, be more precise than your opponent. We talked to him how he wants to start. He said, I'm not real sure. I might jump all over him right away. I want to land hard early to set the tone.
Sauceda also said, I think I'm in a bad habit of throwing 1 punch at a time. I am going to shed that habit in this fight versus Israel Rodriguez. Constant combos, smart entries to the mid-range, let my hands go, continually move on angles.
Well, he feels like his opponent is going to try and stay long and outbox and make this a point fight. He cannot let that happen. He's got to walk him down. He's got to make him fight the entire fight.
Sauceda said, however I start, be it methodical, be it fast, I eventually want to land the first hard, clean punch. I believe that will set the fight clearly in my favor.
He's got to get to that mid-range and then land combinations from that spot.
Here we go with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by Results Roofing. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 163.8 pounds. He holds a combined combat sports record of 7 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Amarillo, Texas, here is Israel El Rooster Rodriguez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 165.8 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 2 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Odessa, Texas, here is Jeremy the Warrior Sauceda. And our referee in charge of the action, Kerry Hatley.
Jeremy Sauceda told us, I believe Israel Rodriguez will mainly move backwards and laterally, but when he does, I have to always be aware of his overhand right. Called knuckle up. The outstanding Texas-based referee, Kerry Hatley, round number 1. Black trunks for Jeremy Sauceda coming forward. Black and silver trunks for Israel Rodriguez. There's the half-time one from Sauceda. Sauceda, heavy left hand to the inside. There's the counter, heavy left from Rodriguez. Now the overhook from Israel Rodriguez. Separation from Hatley right back to it. Scheduled for 3 rounds. We're at 165 pounds. To the canvas. Nearly a takedown from Israel Rodriguez. Long sport, right back to it. Not a full commitment, Chris, on the double leg from Rodriguez. There's a big left hand commitment there. Big swings now in the pocket from the half-top. Right hand from Sauceda. That drops Israel Rodriguez.
Sauceda doing an excellent job of using that tie plum, landing some good uppercuts in the clinch. Oh, he did a lot of damage. His opponent's not getting up. That's it.
Wow, that is it. And the victory in round number 1 in his home state of Texas for Jeremy Sauceda.
And that just shows his bare knuckle experience. He did a great job every time they got that clinch. He grabbed, he landed some good hard uppercuts. And when you don't see those punches coming, Sean, that does so much damage. If you can see it, you can block it. If not, you're going to get hurt. And look, that just Sauceda, his 5th fight. A lot of experience, landed a good hard uppercut. When you pull that guy's head down, your opponent, and he cannot see where that punch is coming, those are the ones that do the damage. We always talk about it. If you see the punch coming, you can brace. He couldn't see the punch coming. Good Rodriguez. Didn't understand exactly what he was getting into against a veteran.
Our crafted replay presented by Forged Irish Stout.
Both guys throwing good punches, but you can see in that situation, it just took 2 shots. That half-top time with the left hand, pull the head down, you can't see it, that hurts. You can't see this next one, that hurts. You can't see, I mean, you just can't see these punches coming, and those are devastating.
Go back to our fighter meeting. Jeremy Sauceda said, I've been guilty of being a one-punch-at-a-time fighter through my opening 4 BKFC bouts. That ends tonight. Indeed, that ended tonight. That ended with that sequence from the half-time plumb, bombing the multiple rear right uppercuts to the head of Israel Rodriguez to the finish.
And the more you do this sport, the more you learn about it. You can just see Sauceda look very calm, very relaxed. He came out and threw a fast combination, threw hard punches. He calmed down, he gathered his wits, he grabbed the opponent's head and did damage.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Kerry Hatley, reaches the count of 10, calling a stop to this fight at 1 minute 3 seconds, round number 1. For your winner by KO, Jeremy the Warrior Sauceda.
Standing by here with your winner, Jeremy Sauceda. Once again, you come in here, you pick up a victory, big shots underneath, had it bent over, and you knew how to finish this fight. Talk about it.
Oh man, I already knew that he hasn't been in here before. Tough opponent, I'm not taking nothing away from him, but this is a different sport, man. You're coming in here to hit bare knuckle. There's nothing like it.
How about this? The first finish, the first knockout on the first ever BKFC in Texas. How you feeling, Jeremy Sauceda?
There's nothing like that. This is history right here. We're going to be coming back to Texas, selling it out every time.
Good job, Jeremy. Congratulations. One more time, Texas, for Jeremy Sauceda.
Sean, looked like Sauceda came in to just kick ass and chew some brisket, and all out of brisket, so he just had to go out there and dominate. Looked fantastic, just keeps getting better.
Israel Rodriguez in his BKFC debut was game. He tried to exert his aggression, but it was methodical, and then all aggression from Jeremy Sauceda. The half-tie plumb, the right hands, the count of 10, and that's the fight. The winner, by way of first-round KO, Jeremy Sauceda defeats Israel Rodriguez.
Friday, July 25th, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship comes back home to Philly with a wild night of bare knuckle brawls, passionate fans, and non-stop action. In the main event, combat sports vet Dustin the Disciple Peg fights the undefeated Ryan Peterson. The co-main event, straight savage female fisticuffs. Rosa Venom Rodriguez takes on Gabrielle Roman. Plus, don't miss the return of South Philly's favorite son, Johnny Cannoli. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. That's bkfc.com. All the way live from Satellite 5 Pure Chaos today. It's another crazy jam-packed show. You never know what you're gonna get here.
Going viral across the internet, I wanted to try it at least once.
So when they slap that, it makes it extra red kind of thing?
With all the different things we got going on, we're going all over the world.
And I'll beat the out of him. I'll give you 500. Fade the flag. We're here to break news, and I'll break necks if I have to.
And we are back here at Dickey's Arena here in Fort Worth. Just electrified the crowd with a big finish. We're backstage, and now making the walk is PBR superstar Cameron DELANO. Scan the QR code on the screen so you can watch this entire show on the DAZN app. Scan it now, right there at the top. Now, let's go to your tale of the tape.
In the middleweight division, the numbers presented by Amnesia Vodka for Cameron DELANO versus Jesse DeRozier.
And DeRozier with a 3-inch height advantage, but also an 8-inch reach advantage, meaning he can decide and dictate when and where the fight happens if he wants to.
This is the BKFC and indeed professional combat sports debut for Jesse DeRozier. He has had 8 MMA bouts. In our fighter meeting, Jesse DeRozier told us, I am fully focused on winning by knockout. I will get that knockout from distance. Big right hands, I'll keep cutting angles. DeRozier said, I'm confident I might get the knockout with my long-range jab.
He feels like the longer this fight goes, the better for him. Feels like he's got to utilize that footwork, stay long, utilize those angles. Feels like that's one of his advantages in this fight.
Of his opponents in this middleweight bout, Cameron DELANO, Jesse DeRozier said, I expect early forward pressure from DELANO. I have to be aware of his big looping punches. That's where I will throw straight punches from range, uppercuts against his forward movement. And if DeRozier told us DELANO gets to the inside, I will throw hard, short punches with accuracy.
Definitely feels like he needs to be first. He needs to hit hard. He cannot quit in this fight. Short uppercuts, hooks, utilize that clinch.
DeRozier said, I know I have punching power. I know I can win by knockout. I believe I can win by knockout quickly. I am focused on precise punches over volume. I will not throw just to throw.
Well, he felt like his opponent is not truly a fighter. He's a bull rider. He's coming in here for other reasons. He wants to come in here and showcase there is a difference. He is a fighter. His opponent is not.
This is the BKFC and Pro Combat Sports debut for Cameron DELANO. He has had 6 amateur boxing bouts. DELANO was a running back, NCAA Division I level in the SEC at the University of Georgia. He is now currently a professional bull rider on the PBR Tour. DELANO told us, I'm going to use my athleticism, my balance from PBR, from the University of Georgia as a running back, to exert forward pressure, to keep my balance, keep my stance. Also, DELANO said, I will be first in every single exchange.
He's got to control the pace the entire time. He can never back up, go straight forward. Feels like he's more aggressive, he's faster, and he's stronger than his opponent. Wants to get in his face, get in the mid-range, and use that power.
DELANO is naturally left-handed. He told us, even though I write with my left hand, I eat with my left hand, I feel that I actually have more power in my right hand. I'm going to mainly fight orthodox, but occasionally, if it benefits me, if I think it is smart, I will switch to southpaw.
Definitely feels like the main thing he has to do, he's got to control the ring immediately, right from the beginning. Feels like if he can get in, close that distance, that's his best chance.
Back to the ring, and Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division, presented to you by Amnesia Vodka. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears blue. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 174.8 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Representing the proud Blackfeet Nation, here is Jesse DeRozier. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears white and black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 173.6 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Here is the Pro PBR Bull Rider and social media star, fighting out of Liberty, South Carolina, Cameron the Bull DELANO. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Cameron DELANO told us, I believe Jesse DeRozier wants to stand and trade. I cannot allow him to move me backwards. Round number 1. Forward step off of scratch for Jesse DeRozier. He's in the blue trunks, white trunks for Cameron DELANO. Scheduled for 3 rounds in the middleweight division. The explosive entry from DELANO, right back out. Swing and a miss, lead left hook from DeRozier. Listed at 6 foot to DELANO's 5'9".
You can just see that athletic jump in and out style that the running back has. DELANO is very quick in and out.
DELANO to the inside, short left hand, back to the outside. There's the step and jab. Short right hand getting through from DELANO. DeRozier trying to stay long, trying to stay poised. Explosive entry again, right hand, right back out.
DeRozier's got to make him pay for trying to close that gap.
DELANO on the outside, trying to time the entry. Left hand not there from DeRozier in reply. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1.
I do like the way DeRozier has that hand out, kind of blocking that overhand right.
Short left hand on the inside from DeRozier. Swing and a miss, lead left hook, Jesse DeRozier. Inside, and that drops Cameron DELANO.
Nice clean counter punch, right hand. Didn't look like it really did that much damage to DELANO, but we'll see.
Mandatory 8, given by Mergliata to DELANO, right back to it. DeRozier reset it, cool as you like in the center circle after the knockdown. No rush whatsoever from Jesse DeRozier. DeRozier almost feigning on the jab. Somewhere between a jab and a feint. Staying poised, now exploding in with the 1-2.
Very awkward style for DeRozier. That hand, that left hand out, moving around. Very difficult to time.
15 seconds remaining, round number 1. Knockdown apiece.
Loving this. Oh, he's still alone. He's got to be careful. He's lucky there's not much time left.
Right back to it from Dan Mergliata. Final seconds, round number 1. Right hand, left hand. Next stop, round 2.
Totally even fight. Both guys geared up off the canvas. And we love it when that happens, Sean. It happens all the time. We'll see what happens. Little counter punch. Just a lead right in. He came in. Looks like David Feldman's excited. It's always more exciting when you get him off the canvas to knock the guy down in that same round.
Listen, he's gonna come out with the jab. Okay, so you're gonna slip under his jab. You're gonna throw a jab to the body, 2-3-2 to the head. Do you understand? What did I say? 2-3-2 to the head. And walk him
At the top of the hour, our main card begins from Fort Worth. This is our BKFC Texas debut. The way to watch the main card is on DAZN. Scan that QR code, the DAZN app, DAZN.com. Round number 2, third and final prelim. Scheduled for 3 rounds at 175 pounds. Cameron DELANO, Jesse DeRozier. Immediately to the inside to start the second round comes Cameron DELANO. BKFC debut, Pro Combat Sports debut for both fighters. Both fighters recording a knockdown. First DeRosier dropping DELANO in round 1, then DELANO dropping DeRosier.
It's got to give DELANO a lot of confidence coming off from a knockdown.
Good left hand getting through from DeRosier. DELANO tangling his feet, resetting on the outside. Smear of blood under the left eye of Jesse DeRosier.
DELANO doing a better job of controlling when and when the fight happens. And he gets caught coming in sometimes. That's a big problem.
Small cut under the right eye of Cameron DELANO. 1:15 remaining round 2. Switch step from DELANO on the outside. Pursuing left hand. Going back the right hook is Cameron DELANO. Cut under his right eye, DeRosier cut under his left eye. 50 seconds remaining in the second round. Swing and a miss, left hand, back foot for Cameron DELANO. DeRosier again is trying to run forward into the pocket.
DeRosier with a good reach advantage. He doesn't necessarily need to run in that manner.
Coming forward again, Jesse DeRosier, good footwork from Cameron DELANO. Right hand off the mark from DeRosier, threw it naked. 25 seconds remaining round 2.
DeRosier does do a good job of countering when DELANO does try to make entry.
Right hand, left hook, left hand right back from DeRosier. Stiff left hand just after the 10-second clock, landed by DELANO on the jab again. DELANO to the inside, counter right hand from DeRosier. The bell, we move to the third and final round.
Sean, this fight definitely could be tied. Either fighter could be up 2-0. Hard to tell from this point. If I'm in the corner, I'm telling these guys, you have to win this round. It's imperative. DeRosier landing a good left hand. Another good left hand. Knocking his opponent, knocking DELANO back. Nobody knocked down in that round. Both guys seem to have their feet underneath them a little bit better, understanding exactly what they need to do to win this fight.
Stay behind your fence. Do not get tall. He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out throwing. Okay. Yeah. Stay. Keep that lead hand high. Don't reach for punches.
Confirmation, we have reached the third and final round. DELANO versus Jesse DeRosier. Morgliana addressing the spear of Vaseline. Excellent referee for Morgliana, who misses nothing. Now round number 3 began.
Oh, you can see DeRosier's hurt.
Big shots down from the left to the body, and that drops Jesse DeRosier.
Something happened right from the very first punch. I'm not sure he's going to be able to continue. The eyes hurt.
Up at 8, almost theatrically, is Jesse DeRosier. That draws a huge ovation from this Fort Worth, Texas crowd.
That's huge in this fight, though. He's going to have to get a knockdown himself, I believe, to come back.
Right hand from the right uppercut of Cameron DELANO. DeRosier forward again, left hand right hand to the inside, and the turn from DELANO.
DELANO really starting to feel it now. Feel like he's in control of this fight.
Right hand, left hand. DELANO playing all offense. DeRosier playing all defense, but trying to come forward defensively. DeRosier exploding in, but not throwing hands, just dipping his head into the punches of DELANO. 60 seconds remaining, third and final round. Big left hand.
He's hurt.
Knockdown number 3. We are done. Welcome to BKFC, Cameron DELANO.
Getting knocked down early, dealing with adversity, your first professional fight. Excellent job for DELANO. Recovered very well. Came back in the end when he needed to. Great job of coming, landing power. You can see did damage and jumped all over his opponent. That's what you need to do. When you get him hurt, you cannot let them continue to lay around. You never know what's going to happen. Very end, hard punch. So just, DeRosier just stepped away. He wanted no more. Couldn't do anything. Landed that hard body punch. You can just see, people don't understand. These body punches are devastating with bare knuckle. There's no glove. to spread that punch out, to disseminate that pain that digs deep. Great job.
Cameron DELANO was a running back, NCAA Division I level, college football, University of Georgia. He's currently a Pro Bowl rider on the PBR Tour, and he is now 1-0 in BKFC.
Like I said, John, it's amazing to just deal with that adversity and come through. First fight, big crowd, on TV, pressure. But when you have a guy who's already been playing at the national level in football and he's a professional bull rider, he's probably used to that kind of pressure. That plays into his win, I believe.
Jesse DeRozier did some very good things in defeat. Recording the first knockdown of this fight, dropping Cameron DELANO in round number 1. But then DELANO off the canvas to record 3 consecutive knockdowns to the finish. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these two warriors. Our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliotta, steps in calling a stop to this fight at 1 minute 5 seconds, round number 3. For your winner by TKO, Cameron the Bull DELANO!
All right, Cameron DELANO, man, you played big-time football, you've rode bulls, and now you have fought in the BKFC. That's how you get it done, my friend. Congratulations on the win. How do you feel right now, man, getting a win in a war over DeRozier?
I feel amazing. I want to give a big appreciation to David Feldman for giving me this opportunity. I had some great coaches the last 8 weeks. I got Redemption Gym out of Taylor, South Carolina, Harrison Hunter, Headhunter, and there's an amazing man in the crowd named Evan Pierce that gave me a lot of training. So I want to give a big appreciation for all that. He's a hell of an opponent. I love it. Let's do it again.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is going to be more of this? You want some more of this action?
Yeah. Actually, I called Bryce Hall out a couple months ago. He's sitting right here in the audience. Do you want to get a face-off? Let's go.
Wow, there it is. Could it be Cameron DELANO and Bryce Hall? Oh, hold on. Oh, let me get confirmation. Are we getting it? All right. All right, folks, that one could be the next one. Cameron DELANO, everybody.
Great job for DELANO. Got knocked down, came back, got the victory, looked fantastic. He looks like he's going to be even better his next time in the squared circle.
You see the face-off now? Cameron DELANO and Bryce Hall. Jesse DeRozier told us he was fully focused on winning by knockout. He recorded the first knockdown, that in round number 1 of Cameron DELANO, but then 3 knockdowns to the finish by Cameron DELANO. The winner by way of round 3 TKO, Cameron DELANO defeats Jesse DeRozier.
Saturday, June 28th. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship brings the world's most exciting combat sport back to the birthplace of bare knuckle. In the main event, UK welterweight champ Conor Brumtown Bomber Tierney puts his title on the line against the fan-favorite brawler, Danny the Bastard Christie. And in the co-main event, chaos is guaranteed as Jamie Cox scraps with Chaz Wasserman, plus many more bare knuckle fights. Watch all the action live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. Saturday, July 12th, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns with another explosive night of action. In the main event, the unbeaten knockout artist Leonardo Perdomo goes toe-to-toe with the former champ Arnold Adams in a heavyweight clash. In the co-main event, an interim flyweight world champion will be crowned as fan favorite G the Cutman Perez battles the undefeated legend Andrew Strode. Watch all the savage action live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. That's bkfc.com.
And we're at the red hot Dickies Arena here in Fort Worth. And man, already a lot of fireworks. And folks, we are making news. Huge things happening as we have a major announcement here. Another incredible event added to our schedule as this summer continues to heat up. As you know, in August, we're going to be going back to Sturgis, but now, 1 week later, we're going back up north It is going to be BKFC Fight Night Edmonton, right back at the River Cree Resort Casino. And yes, we have had some great moments of in Edmonton. Guaranteed to have some more. Streaming live on the BKFC app. Tickets at BKFC.com. And speaking of August and speaking of Sturgis, we know that we are going to have one special fighter on that card, and she's also going to be talking to the fighters here tonight. Taylor Killer Beast Starling backstage here in Texas. What's going on here, Taylor? Obviously a lot of hype going on back here, a lot of buzz.
Cyrus, you know, I'm always in the ring. I've been ringside lately. Tonight I'm in the back interviewing fighters, but the wait will be over August 2nd. I'll be back in the squared circle where I really belong, taking on Shelby Cannon in the co-main event.
Oh, it's huge. Obviously, we remember, you know, when you went out to Sturgis last time, you had a classic with Britain Hart. You two ladies entertained. I know it didn't go the way you wanted. That being said, it was still a badass fight. Everybody loved it. You take a look at the highlights right here. We can relive this. It was a beast mode fight. You guys went after it, Taylor. And you know, we give a lot of credit to Britain Hart for being a beast, but you two went at it in that night.
The energy was incredible to walk out in Sturgis, South Dakota and see people on top of people's shoulders, on top of buildings, the motorcycles. It was everything. I can't wait to go back and perform even better than I did last time.
100%. That was a classic. That's what it looked like right there, folks. Just to give you an idea, over 15,000 strong in Sturgis, and kind of had a special guest. You've probably seen this guy. Of course, part owner of the BKFC, the one and only notorious Conor McGregor made the walk. He took it to a whole new level there in Sturgis. You never know. He might be coming back. Wow, that was a great night. We can't wait to see it again this August 2nd. And Taylor, listen, we're going to be hearing from you a lot tonight. You're going to be backstage with some of our fighters, and we can't wait to see you back in Sturgis.
I can't wait. I look forward to it, guys.
Taylor Killer Beast Starling. Now, next week, the action doesn't stop. That's right. Back overseas to the UK, June 28th, it's going to be Connor Tierney and Danny Christie. And if you're a BKFC fan, then you know how big this fight is. UK Welterweight Championship on the line. It's a fully loaded card, some big fights on this card. That'll be live on the BKFC app. Then we move into July 12th. This is a big one. Perdomo has been the fastest rising star in the company, taking on a former heavyweight champion in Arnold Adams. And it's a lockdown card, incredible card. We're gonna be back at the top of the hour to kick things off. We got Big Ben Rothwell in the house. Speaking of Rothwell, one of his adversaries is Andrei Arlovski, who makes his debut tonight at your OnlyFans exclusive look. Yes, the Pitbull is going to be in action tonight against this man, the Cuddly Bear. Look at that smile on his face. Can you believe that this guy is absolutely deadly? Andrei Arlovski, a couplet tonight. Incredible night of fights at the top of the hour. We'll be right back.
Friday, July 25th, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship comes back home to Philly with a wild night of bare knuckle brawls, passionate fans, and non-stop action. In the main event, combat sports vet Dustin the Disciple Peg fights the undefeated Ryan Peterson. The co-main event, straight savage female fisticuffs. Rosa Venom Rodriguez takes on Gabrielle Roman. Plus, don't miss the return of South Philly's favorite son, Johnny Cannoli. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at BKFC.com. That's BKFC.com. All the way live from Satellite 5 Pure Chaos today. It's another crazy jam-packed show. You never know what you're going to get here.
Going viral across the internet, I wanted to try it at least once.
So when they slap that, it makes it extra red kind of thing?
With all the different things we got going on, we're going all over the world.
And I'll beat the out of him. He'll be 500. Fade to black. We're here to break news, and I'll break necks if I have to. Tonight, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship finally lands in the Lone Star State. And just like they say, everything is bigger in Texas. It's one of the most stacked events in BKFC history.
It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down.
With gladiators like the relentless RUBEN Bad Boy WARR, the son of former boxing star Tommy Morrison, who's ready to make his own